Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eltimar, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left off last time, we were going to head off to Heaven's Edge. We need to go back to camp really quickly because we need to bring Darren along with us. Can't do Heaven's Edge without Darren, even though he is insane. We need to bring him along. Let's just hit the zone exit because we don't need to do that. Who are we going to leave behind? We're going to leave Ember behind and bring Darren along. He is a healer, and well, Ember's best abilities are Evil Eye and Cackle. We'll just bring along Darren for the time being. We should level him up really quickly. Luckily, he's really easy to level up because he's an Oracle. I don't really care. We're not going to use him. Do a Spell Pen. I must already have it. Yeah, we do. Okay, we just get maybe like a Metamat? Nah. Greater Spell Penetration. There we go, good enough. We're not going to use him, so it doesn't matter. Enhanced Cures or Combat Healer? Yeah. Lifelink? No. Enhanced Cures is fine. We'll grab, Remove Fear. Nope, wrong. Protection from Alignment. Done. And we'll grab Remove Paralysis. Is okay, but not really good for an Oracle, honestly. I think Bone Shaker is good. Get him some combat spells. But probably not. Let's just give him some Bull's Strength. It doesn't really make a difference. We're not going to be... He's not going to be part of our main group anyways, so... Delay Poison Communal. Nice. Lasts for an hour. Shit. That's pretty good. Poison's annoying, so let's grab him and we're going to head off. We can actually get there without fighting this particular fort, although we are going to want to do that fort eventually. We failed to sneak past some enemies. What did we get? Oh my god, that's 2 bears and a sneaky unhollowed Bodak. Well, let's see how our new group does, I guess. We are going to quickly cast Bless and Haste. And... yeah, let's see how that goes. Bear's dead already. That was very fast. Sela took some damage, but is fine now. That thing is hard to hit. Holy crap, look at all our missing. Even without flank and stuff. Let's wait and see. Oh, it's down on the ground now, so now we should be able to hit it much easier. Oh, it's back up again. And it's dead. Unhollowed Bodak. Interesting fight. 180 experience for that kill, though. That's pretty impressive. Anyways, let's get out of here. Easy fight, relatively. Took a little bit of damage, but it's fine. And off we go across the bridge. We are fatigued. We're going to definitely get fatigued by the time we reach Heaven's Edge. That's not a big deal. Or we're not, because Darren apparently is not going to get fatigued. Oh, he did, finally. We have no one that does camouflage. That is grim. And in we go. It feels like there's no voice volume. I'm gonna check something really quickly. Bloop. Sound. No, that's right.
Let us be off.
No, there's voices. Okay. I don't know, that was weird. During that one rest, no one spoke, even though I didn't.
My not so numerous, but nonetheless dearest guests. About a year ago at my last birthday party, I assured you all that I nurtured a deep-seated hatred for boring people who give protracted speeches in the misplaced belief that their inner thoughts are of any interest to anyone but themselves. Now I am a whole year older and also a full-fledged crusader, an honorable position that requires me to be as dull, pedantic, and vexing as I possibly can. Therefore, a speech it is.
1 second. I feel like his voice is too low. Let's buff it up a bit. Alright. Darren's face is impossible to read. He has his usual half-smirk fixed in place, his eyes gleaming with excitement, but his anxious gaze wanders just for a moment, or just a moment too long before he begins his speech.
The revered cleric Nestrin, my guardian and tutor, often told me that those who live a sinful life may expect to join the abyssal hordes after they die. This is why their path is the most despicable of all. A part of their soul may return to Mendev in the abominable form of a demonic invader.
880 experience.
Every time we see a demon, we might as well think about it. What if this wretched creature used to be your great-great-grandfather? What if certain parts of this pointy-tailed beauty used to belong to your pious cousin? They say that the demons represent the sins of the souls they are made of. Succubi emerge out of lustful souls. Vandals turn into Abracandilu. Gluttons become Nabasu. I, for one, am determined to commit as many different sins as possible, so that the distributive mechanism of the abyss breaks when it tries to decide what to do with my soul.
I see.
You, my dearest guests, will be my assistants in this complicated task. Eat, drink, and indulge yourselves in whatever vices you can. Let nobody leave this house as righteous as they entered it. Live every day like it's your last. After all, nobody knows when that day will arrive, do they?
Darren smirks, finishes his wine, and tosses the glass to the ground. And a handful of people clap. Leoder Hawkblade, how interesting. Inquisitor Leoder whispers in your ear from behind. What do we need to do, Inquisitor? Now's the hardest part. I need to dive deep into the past of this place, which requires casting several different spells over some time. It would be very convenient for me if nobody interrupted the process, especially the Count himself. I don't think he remembers my face, but a suspicious stranger casting unknown spells might attract his attention. All in all, what I want you to do is distract the master of the house. Right now he is playing host to the very place I'd like to start with. How do I distract him? I don't know. Maybe your companions can assist you somehow, or you can take a look around. Perhaps there's something that can help us. I understand. Good luck. Come back to me when the Count leaves. I'll tell you everything I managed to find out, and maybe even show you something. Alright, so let's look around a little. Crusaders. Leoder, of course. There's loot, which is just alcohol. A jug of wine used creatively may distract the Count for a while. Well, we have jugs of wine, that's for sure. We have all sorts of food, which I'm stealing. What is this? The decorative plants are in a miserable state. They've been neglected for many years. Drunk noble. Hey, Soziel. What do you got? I can imagine how lovely this manor must have been before the war. I yearn to set up my easel in one of the pleasant little alcoves to paint my heart's content. Yes, whatever. We have other people to talk to. Regil, what's going on? The estate could be remade into a formidable defensive outpost. It should be expropriated for the sake of the war effort, and the owners compensated after victory is secured. Damn. Camellia, what's going on with you? I adore this estate. So much beauty, so many quiet nooks. You are creepy. You never know when or if you get another chance to rest and have some fun during wartime. I'd rather take my chance when I can. Okay, well, let's talk to Darren. Where is he? There he is. Darren, who's been watching the guests with an unreadable expression, turns his head to you and says in a casual tone, like he's continuing a conversation that was interrupted, I've always considered myself an aesthete. I don't know what that is. Not a hero. When doomsday comes, I thought I'd pour myself a glass of 100-year-old wine, sit on the front row, and just watch the world burn. Playing the violin was also an option. Now I'll be damned if I know I ended up in the 5th Crusade. How did I become the companion of a heroine chosen by Iomade? Sometimes the most casual occurrences dictate fate's course. I'm afraid that's not always the case. Sometimes it's dictated by alien, but wholly deliberate forces. Tell me more about Heaven's Edge. The estate was once a truly beautiful sight with lush gardens and placid ponds. Darren smiles briefly, his genuine smile, quite different from his usual half-smirk. The house itself is not that large, however. The land was part of a border region even before the world wound, so my ancestor took that into account when laying the foundations. The larger the manor, the harder it is to defend. I'd gladly give you a tour, but I'm afraid there's not much to see here. I didn't have much time, so my servants only managed to clean up this yard, the great hall, and a couple of rooms. There's nothing interesting about them, except perhaps the magical firefighting system, powered by water elementals. Not sure it's still functional, though. I spill wine on Darren's suit. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. And did you also not mean to ruin a suit that costs more than a thoroughbred? Don't fret, I have a spare. Just you wait. When I return, I shall look even more stunning. We lost our berry wine, though. From Keonan. Alright, well, let's go Why did Darren equip... Oh, he doesn't have any weapons on him. Right, we didn't actually give him any equipment for this journey. Where's Leodor? There he is. I see that you did your part, Commander. Thank you. Now get ready to watch and listen closely. I will unravel the past of this place and show you whatever I find. Okay. The hum of voices, laughter, and music fills your mind. Then visions come, fragmented and hazy at first. They eventually coalesce to reveal a single face. It's a woman of stunning, heavenly beauty, and her delicate features instantly tell you who she is. The family resemblance to Darren is obvious. My dear guests, the Lady of Heaven's Edge welcomes all of you today. I hope this day is as bright for you as it is for me, because on this day, my only precious, sometimes arrogant, but utterly beloved child was born. A child is usually a reflection of their parents and caretakers. Countess, will you allow the humble tutor of this young man to address the guests, and the man of the hour as well? A new face appears. It is a handsome old man with a strong, dignified posture, and a voice that emanates power. Can't we just have one day without your sermons? It's my birthday after all. 10 years ago, the young Darren had an utterly angelic appearance. His table manners and expression lacked the dignity of a true angel, however. Day. I'm sure the revered Nestrin only wanted to hug you and offer you his best wishes on your birthday. Wait, what's that noise? The shrill laughter rings in your ears and reverberates in the base of your skull. In the vision, a Lilitu appears before the guests of the estate and gives them an exaggerated, scornful bow. The sorceress of evil has come to your celebration, mortals. Did you prepare a treat for me too? What do you want, spawn of the abyss? I've already done everything I wanted to. Hey, you doddering cleric looking around. Don't you notice anything odd? The plague is in your wine, in your food, in the air around you, in your blood. Soon you will all die. Pray to your pathetic goddess and call upon your healing powers all you want, but they're not going to help you. Nothing will help you. I will give you a chance to see it for yourselves, and when I return, the grave realization will have already sunk its teeth into your throats. Oh, how I love watching mortals in their final, desperate hours. The demon finishes her speech with an air kiss to Darren, making him freeze in horror, and disappears. Leodor shakes his head and slowly exhales, rubbing his temples. The first appearance of the disease and the Lilitu, one of the many sisters of the accursed Minago. So far, everything I've seen matches the official version of events. Who were the people in the vision? Countess Selena Arende was Darren's mother and one of the most beautiful women in the history of Mendev. She was an Aasimar, just like her son. The old man is the esteemed cleric Nestrin, our Count's guardian and tutor. He was well known for his unfaltering faith and iron will. I was only passing acquaintances with him, so I can't tell you anything more than that. I didn't recognize the others, but Darren told me that the first victims of the disease were his second cousin and that cousin's wife, hailing from the eastern border. Surely the cleric could have done something. Can't say for certain, but I believe there was nothing he could have done. Magical diseases are already difficult enough to cure, and this plague struck very fast indeed. Now we must find out what happened next. What now? I can sense the aftershocks of a very strong outburst of emotions and memories somewhere in the west wing of the house. Something must have happened in one of the rooms, so please check if anyone is in there and distract them if need be. Alright then, let's go deal with that.
March on.
West Wing. Good show. Camellia says, I wonder why the demons who attacked Heaven's Edge chose the plague as their weapon. It was so unimaginative, as opposed to your beheading of people. There's so much food here. They let Soot eat everything she wants. She'll become twice as fat and won't be able to fly anymore. That is probably true. Soziel says, both this place and its owner make me think how deceptive appearances can be, but I cannot deny that the wine here is very good. Compulsive food consumption may be a symptom of several serious neurological disorders. It may also indicate that the food in question boasts exceptional palatability. How can a single family or even a person live in a house large enough for my entire tribe? Don't think I underestimate the importance of quality rest for soldiers, but this revelry isn't rest, it's decadence.
Onwards.
Oh, Regil, you're so repressed. We can go out that way. Oh, interesting. Is there anything to loot over here? Maybe. There's a knowledge roll check. Let's try it out. Let's save first. There are occasionally traces of older masonry and foundations. It looks like the building was reconstructed several times. Interesting. 52 whole experience. We'll quickly glance over here too, just to see. Oh, no, don't do that. I guess we can't go fully over this way. We can only go up to here. Because if you try and go past these rocks, it sends you off on a different direction. Let's go inside. A door. It opens to a room with a wool jiff. There's a cold iron masterwork orc double axe in there. That's quite the mouthful for a weapon. And a shield. It is just a heavy shield though. We're not going to bring it. It's not even masterwork. I just saw a portrait of Darren's mom, so she was an Aasimar too. Some people get a celestial bloodline, tons of money and a title, while others get horns and a slap in the face. The door's been sealed and looks like it hasn't been opened in a long time. Well then, I guess the next room is the next room we go into. Go figure. In
What's that?
Darren's in here, we found a perception check thing. It seems there's a hidden cache inside the wall. You can see a keyhole amongst the decoration. I can't do anything with it, so. There's a book. A bunch of loot. A bunch more books and loot. And a ton of stuff. Look at this. Got some... Wait. We already have engraved lucky bracers? Did we get another set of them? Interesting. Well. I mean, those are pretty good bracers, so let's give them to someone. Someone who's in melee a bunch. What do they do again? Oh, these are... No. Oh, these are... Oh, sorry. I was mistaken. These bracers allow their wearer to cast healing spells without provoking attacks of opportunity. They also grant a +2 bonus on concentration checks. They are actually really good for a battle cleric. Specifically, for social. It's a battle. Wait, where's your weapon? What happened to your weapon? Wait a minute, did I switch his weapon choice? No, because you can't. This is the dumb thing. We didn't give him glaive specialization, I think it is. Or does he have a glaive specialization? Am I going insane? Possible. We can give him a better weapon and armor. He doesn't need a glaive. He can have like a rapier. Or no, he can't. Why not? A martial weapon? You're using a martial weapon, aren't you? Why can't you wear a rapier? Interesting. I just give him a dagger, I guess. He can stab things with a dagger. Oh no, we should keep him out of melee range in all honesty. He's not very good at taking hits. Although we can give him a shield too, and he can actually be sort of a tank. But he doesn't have any good armor either. We could give him unbending armor. What can we... It doesn't matter. You know what? This isn't important. Let's move on. Let's talk to Darren. Darren arches a brow at you, but doesn't seem to be disturbed in the slightest by your entrance. He's not trying to cover up or get dressed any faster. Commander, I assume you have an urgent matter that requires my attention? I am absolutely confident that you won't be able to persuade Sela to dance with you. Oh, I can imagine it. A lady graciously tearing down the curtains with her shield, her armor clinking melodically to the music. I wonder if I could keep a straight face and drip honeyed words in her for the whole dance. You've given me a brilliant idea. He is redressed and headed out to go do that. We have distracted him. And of course Leoder is gonna just come charging it, walking in very slowly. I see that you're able to do as I asked. Prepare yourself. This vision might be rather difficult to watch. Look at that bath. That's a lovely marble bath. How would you empty it though? I have so many questions. Young Darren stands motionless by the Countess's bed. His face is pale with fear, and for good reason. His mother's heavenly beauty is gone. Her smile, once beaming with vitality and happiness, looks more like the grimace of a corpse. Only her golden hair still glows, a sad reminder of the healthy young woman she was just a few hours ago. Mother, can you hear me, Mother? Day, my boy? How'd you get here? The Countess's voice is fading. Don't come any closer. This disease. Mother, listen. The revered Nestrin has sealed the gates. He says that he won't let anyone leave the estate. If the plague reaches the larger settlements, no one will be able to stop it. He claims this is why the demons attacked us in the first place. They knew we would call upon the strongest clerics to heal us, and those clerics would catch the disease and die as well. The fat baron and his family tried to escape, but 3 armed paladins barred their way and said they would not let them go. Mother, we need help. Canabris is full of clerics, wizards, and demons. No, who else? They might know how to stop it. We need to get there as soon as possible. We must obey the revered Nestrin. We are the lords of Mendev, and we must protect our people. If it reaches Canabris, thousands of innocent people will die. I don't care about any innocence. Darren's voice rises to a shout. You're ill, Mother. You're dying. You must tell them to open the gates and take you to Canabris. They won't listen to me, but you are the lady of the state. They can't refuse you. I can't. I must. Please leave, my dearest. Don't lose hope. You can still... A convulsion overtakes the Countess's body. Her last words are swallowed by a long, guttural groan. Leoder warily rubs his temples, but his face is unreadable. Now I've been answered to one of many questions. Nobody went to Canabris in search of help because the revered Nestrin didn't let them. He valued the safety of the city more than the lives of his flock at the estate. What a difficult choice it must have been. We need to not do more good stuff at the moment, unfortunately. The problem is we're very close to losing lawful status, which is kind of annoying. You made the right choice, there was no other way. I'm almost certain that Count Darren has another opinion on the matter, a very, very strong one. Leader rubs his chin thoughtfully. I've never been in the revered Nestran's position, but I know the price of difficult decisions, especially those you have to make quickly. I have no right to judge him, but we must continue our investigation. The next site I'd like to examine is the Great Hall. That is where we found the remains of Nestran and the demons. I assume that he killed them in confrontation, but we must be sure of that. Help me clear the area so I can study it. Excuse me. Throat was a little bit gargly, which is now a word to describe throats. What's wrong, Count? Did you really expect me to do courtly waltzes? I don't feel like I'm the one leading in this dance. Oh, when we respect our characters, they must have lost their equipment. Don't try and weasel out of it now. You're not leaving this table until the music is over. That's why our characters are doing so bad in combat, except for our pets. That actually makes a lot of sense. If we go into our characters, we apparently can loot or do all of them. I only respect 2 people. Soziel was one of them, but he lost his gear. But Silo is the other one and doesn't have any equipment on, including Radiance. That explains so much as to why that combat went not as good as normal. She's got 20 armor class, and we can give her some half plate. 28 armor class, now she's significantly better. She doesn't need to worry about arcane spell failure, so. There are 2 courtesans just dancing up a storm on the stage. Leoder's here. Lan, let's go talk to Lan. How can one single... Oh, we already heard that. Fun and frolics may shield us from the horror and despair, but one should use the shield sparingly. There's a feverish gleam to Darren's eyes, owing to either tipsiness or some overabundance of emotion. Oh, there, Elira. I utterly loathe you for persuading me to ask Sela to dance. It was the most abominable experience of my life. I absolutely must do it again. Just let me catch my breath. How are you enjoying my party? Are you having a good time? Yeah, I'm having the time of my life. At least someone here is having fun. Fine, let's change the subject. I thought the unique ambiance of Heaven's Edge and the fact that we're on the very border with the World Wound would make this celebration special. I thought the past would resurface and make itself known. Darren smirks bitterly. Well, it seems that even ghosts don't wish to attend my parties anymore. What can we do to liven up the evening? You know what? I think it's time for a drinking contest. Ah, yes. The tried and trusted method for salvaging a dull party. For salvaging anything, really. I'm ready, but who's my companion? Sela will fight for the honor of all paladins. Yes, ma'am, Commander. Darren, my boy, you still got time to back out. You don't want Auntie Sela to spank you in front of everyone now, do ya? What do you do if I win? Are you going to cry and pray to Ayamide for alcohol resistance aura? Now that would be something worth seeing. Let's drink until one of us falls unconscious or begs for mercy. I wonder who wins. I'm actually really curious. That was just a little warm-up, I say. Up for more? The fear of your inevitable defeat has already got the better of you, Darren. I can see it in your eyes. Come on. Or see it in your eyes, boy. Come on. Let's have another round. Will this be the one that knocks you flat? Falling in battle against such a worthy opponent won't even bruise my ego, especially if you carry me upstairs to bed afterwards. Sela, look, the commander herself is cheering for you. I won't let you down, just watch. Oh my. They're drinking, and he wants to. He wants Sela to take him to bed. Not the other way around, mind you. Whew, are we done here, or are we ready for another round? To whom should I dedicate this glorious feat? Putting the haughty, self-absorbed prick of a count in his place. To my dearest royal cousin. I'm sure any failure of mine will bring her joy. Oh, my head feels funny. And then they both died from alcohol poisoning and the group was down 2 people. My grandfather, or maybe my great-grandmother, put this bottle in the family cellar and allowed the scion of an illustrious line to save face and finish in a tie. Darren looks a bit unsteady on his feet. I don't feel very well. Hey, everyone, let's go back outside. I need some fresh air in my lungs. But there's so much food on the table. Why would you want to... I know we're supposed to clear this place, and that's perfectly okay. And we did that. But I would not leave the food. What a lovely... There's a pig and some potatoes and stuff, I'm guessing. Here we are again, Commander. Leoder looks grim but focused. So let's take another glimpse into the past. A ripple of laughter flows through the hall, begins as a sweet, charming chuckle, but then turns into a rasping cackle that makes Darren huddle even deeper into his corner. Why are you running from me, my sweet prince? Come on, let me touch you. I'll give you... The booming voice of an old man dressed in Iomedaean robes shakes the walls of the hall. Get away from him, demon! Let the boy go. By the blade of the inheritor, you touch him only over my dead body. You are pathetic, old cleric. Are you the guardian of this charming little prince? Well, you guarded him in vain. The disease is already circulating in his blood, and soon he will rot before your very eyes. You won't be able to help him. And I can at least make sure his death is beautiful, clean, and sweet. The demoness turns her eyeless face towards Darren and licks her lips. A coarse laugh escapes the young man's throat. We'll see about that. Leota turns to you in astonishment. Droplets of sweat glisten on his temples. Something is wrong, Commander. My spells are not working as expected. It's as if some kind of supernatural explosion occurred here 10 years ago, blending everything together. The magical auras, the emotions, the memories. I will try again to read it. Could it be dangerous? I cannot say for certain, but it is unlikely. The past is in the past, and no one can travel through time except for some uniquely powerful entities like Aeons, or perhaps the eldest of the first world. Even though the past of this place is horrible, it poses no threat to us in the present. Go ahead. Just give me a moment to focus. I will try to channel my visions and feelings to you as accurately as possible. Darren, my boy, what's going on? Leota's muscular shoulders suddenly begin to shake. The vision he is channeling does not change, but you feel something enormous and chilling suddenly infiltrate the reality around you. The presence of this nameless being becomes almost palpable. Some alien entity is talking to him. Hurry, old cleric, stop him right now. Do you really want to see what happens when... Save me, can you save me? The presence thickens into something more tangible. The entity is silent, but you feel your blood pulsing in your temples. Each beat brings a new image, or rather a new notion. Help brings a feeling of relief and safety. Exchange makes the pulse stronger, more demanding. Gate and secret come immediately after. The images become heavier, almost visible. Secret, keep the secret, otherwise death. Death, 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 death. The gruesome images whirl through your mind, filling it with pain and fear. Then it all starts again. Help, exchange, secret, death. Nestrin stretched out his shaking hands, looking like a doddering old man instead of a mighty cleric imbued with holy power. Darren, wait! The thing you're about to let loose is even worse than these demons! Darren's body is quivering like taut bowstrings. His eyes dart from the cleric to the demoness, who is frantically casting protective spells. Demons, saints! I'm so fed up with all of you. Burn! Damn. Oh no, Leota! You're fine. Leota opens his eyes with a groan, then gets back on his feet. His legs are wobbly, his eyebrow is cut, but he seems not to notice. Sincere sorrow is written on his face, as well as a strong hint of horror. What a misfortune, what a disaster, everything is far worse than I imagined. You alright? The strain, the emotions, they overwhelmed me and made me faint like an agitated youngster. It's nothing really. I will not be able to cast spells for the rest of the day, but aside from that, I'm fine. Do you understand what happened 10 years ago? The Inquisitor slowly exhales through his clenched teeth and says in a low voice, still massaging his temples, yes and no. Damn it, my thoughts are astray. I will try to explain everything to you in full detail. Many living things are capable of performing the most extraordinary feats, good or bad, when a deadly threat looms over them. 10 years ago, the young Count found himself cornered in every sense of the word, and he allowed some alien entity to intercede for him. It frightens me that all my experience as an Inquisitor is completely useless in this case. It does not resemble anything I've heard or read about. The entity, I think I'll call it the Other, possesses uncanny power. It was capable of instantly killing 3 greater demons, a mighty cleric, and a host of other mortals. You saw everything yourself. What's even worse is that this entity, this Other, is still here. Leota takes a long pause, his gaze is drawn to the chamber, where all the guests are laughing and dancing. Darren's eloquent voice rises out of the music for a moment. He's asking someone to bring more wine and add more logs to the fire. I don't know exactly what this creature is, but I know what it did to the Count. It turned him into a living gateway. The Other is not inside the Count's body, it's not directly controlling his mind. That's why there's no obvious signs of possession, but it is looking through his eyes. It treats him like a window into our world, and it can instantly step through to wreak whatever havoc it desires. Does Darren know anything about this? Yes, of course he does. Did you not hear what the Other tried to convey to us? Help in exchange for a secret. Death? Death to those who know the truth. It wants to have an opportunity to use the Count as a gateway without anyone knowing. This is what made Darren deny that he remembered anything about the conclusion of the events at Heaven's Edge. What might it want? That's the strangest thing about it all. It came to this world 10 years ago and it's still here, right? All this time it's been watching us through the eyes of the Count. Had it, for instance, wanted to kill Her Majesty the Queen, it would have had plenty of opportunities to do so. The Count can get close to practically every influential figure in Mendev, but the Other refuses to act, or its interests lie in some other sphere. Did the Other kill everyone else then? Is the disease not to blame? Not everyone, just Nestrin, his paladins, and the few remaining guests. Damn it. I know that it was the work of a mysterious, omnipotent entity, but it still stings. I was here 10 years ago, and I didn't check everything personally. and those who did fail to sense that something was wrong. Could the other be the reason why my companions keep finding severed heads among their belongings back in Canaveras? Seems very, very likely. I'm almost certain you're right. People tend to lose their heads when they get too close to Count Arenday anyways. Huh. I do apologize, that was inappropriate. Perhaps your gruesome findings are the heads of some cultists who tried to kidnap the Count during Canaveras' slaughter, or perhaps they provoked the other in some other way. I have to do something. Yes. Now I understand Father Nestrin perfectly. I must make a crucial decision despite a dearth of information. The Inquisitor falls silent for a while. Then he looks you right in the eye. Commander, first and foremost, I must apologize to you. Second, I must ask you to keep this secret. Why? As soon as the Count finds out that we know a secret, the other will understand it as well. We do not know what it is, and what exactly the scope of its powers are, but we do know that it would dispose of anyone who might reveal its existence. I've made a decision, he says gravely. I will not tell anyone about the discovery we've made, not even the Queen or my superiors. Instead, I will immediately go to Neurosium and sift through all the archives of the Inquisition to find out what exactly we're dealing with and how it could possibly be defeated. I may also find or make some cautious inquiries to other places, including Absalom. Still, I will not reveal the truth until I find at least some reliable information. I'm asking you to do the same. Specifically, do not say a single word about our investigation to the Count himself. So you want me to lead a crusade while carrying a bomb that may explode at any moment. I'm afraid you won't be able to hide from the consequences when this bomb does explode. It's up to you though. Fine, I'll keep it a secret. Leodor lets out a sigh of relief. You've made the right choice. I recommend that you go back to the guests and spend the rest of the evening as you please. Anything else might raise suspicions. I must leave immediately in search of the knowledge we all need so desperately. Farewell, Commander. May the light of Iamade guide your path, and Leodor Hawkblade will try to keep your path to triumph clear of any unwanted guests. And we gain some more experience. That's always a plus.
Follow me.
Let's go loot the rest of this place before we leave. Actually, I don't think there's much to loot. I think there's one more hallway we can go to. But we're stuck. I think we can go this way. No, it's not really a hallway so much it is just 3 elemental essences, which might actually be the remains of the water elemental fire suppression system. And that's pretty much it for this place. We can just talk to Darren and conclude the ceremony. I don't know if my opinion matters to you at all, but if you were the very best guest I could ever wish for.
March on.
So we can leave. That's all there is to this place. There's a zone transition here, and we can head out when we want to. For now, though, I will leave you guys here. In the next video, I might just quickly glance around this place to make sure I didn't miss anything. There's actually some loot in here we've not looted. Let's quickly check that out. But in the next video, we'll head off to... We'll use our army to try and get to the other side quest area we have to go to. And then from there, we'll start to head to Lost Chapel. Take care, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.